Yo, what's up, everyone? So today was 9th December 2025, and as you guys can see that I took a trade today. As you guys can see that this was the Asian session made a clean range. It came down, it slammed into a support, formed a good bullish candle on the 30-minute time frame, and I executed a buy as that candle closed, and the stop loss was on the previous low of that candle, the M30 candle, and there was clean range for the you guys can see over here that this was the support zone, which was my point of reference, and there was clean range for the price to move up. Everything was good. As you guys can see over here that price was in profits as well, and everything was perfect at this point because there's clean range for price, a hundred pip range for the price to move up, the good confirmations, everything was good. This is pre-London. London open is about to happen, volume is about to kick in, so everything is right now perfect. I'm around $49 in profits, $50 in profits, up around 20 pips. So now price started to move up. It started to move up quite. Uh, it went quite up, and then it at this point exactly, I realized that at this point, yeah, at this point I realized that over here, if price wants to continue to move up, and if it's hitting my TB, then there's no business for the price to go and break its current low. There's no business for the candles to go and break its current low. So I then thought, and at this point, whenever I'm in the trade, there is always an anxiety, because no matter how big of a trader you are, you will always feel anxious while you're in a trade. But the good thing is that during that anxiousness, I keep on telling my mind that no, my mind, that no, I have to think rationally. So at this point, I trailed my stop loss to the current candle's low, because at this point I was losing around $120, which is quite big. But if I trail it to the current low, then everything is perfect. Like, then I'm gonna lose less. So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Price started to move up, and over here, I was moving quite up, and then over here, I thought that I should trail the stop loss, and I was a bit hesitant in trailing the stop loss, but I was disciplined enough. I was actually hovering my mouse on that low, and I was thinking, and then I eventually I placed my stop loss over here, and at this point, I was losing around $46. Now everything was seemingly perfect. Price is moving up. The risk is in control. There's clean range for the price to move up. If I hit my TP in this trade, I'm gonna make around $300, and I'm gonna clear my phase one. Everything seems perfect, right? But do you know what happened next? It started to retrace. It started to retrace. It started to retrace. It started to retrace down, and then, man, I've gone retarded today, bro. It started to retrace, it came at break even, and then eventually went and stopped me out. Yeah, it went and it stopped me out, and I lost around $46. Now, one thing which I have learned in this trade right now is that, see, once I have seen in profits, once I've seen my trade in profits, now there's no, like, it's a sin to lose on that trade. And at this point, I could have break even my trade, because see, if price is coming back to the entry, then it means that there's less volume, or the probability for the price to move up is a bit less. So even if it's coming back to my entry, then there's a higher probability for the price to go and break its low, right? So everything is based on probabilities. So at this point, if I didn't pay much attention to that thing, but from now on, I'm gonna break even my trades once I start seeing profits. So yeah, so if I would have done that, then I wouldn't have lost. Now what happened, it started to retrace even more. It started to retrace even more. It went, and it eventually broke this low. So that was a really good decision to trail my stop loss to the current low, because if I didn't have done that, then I would have lost $120, and that would be really, really bad. So this is what happened today. Yeah, this is what happened today. I saved a lot of money in losing, and at this point, I was done. I said I have taken an L today, and maybe today wasn't my day. But do you know what happened next? It started to form a M30 candle, but at this point, I was pretty much done, and I was like, no, there was no, I wasn't in a mood to trade, because I already took an L. Now, if you guys can see, that one thing which I didn't identify during the time I was trading was that, see, Asian session came down and the whole pre-London session was consolidating. There was no volume. This candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle. These are four candles. Like these are 2 hours of the pre-London session, of the pre-London prior to the London session, and all of this time the price was consolidating. There was no volume. So I know that when volume comes in the market, if pre-London is silent, if pre-London is consolidating, there's a higher probability that there will be a lot of volume in London Open. And if pre-London is trending, it's giving a move, then there's a higher probability that London Open will do nothing. It will just consolidate. And if pre-London and Asian session both are trending, both have given a move, then there is obviously pre-London, then London Open is gonna just consolidate. I know these things, but I didn't identify those things at this point, because if I had done that, so I could have given my trade a second chance, and I could have thought that, see, now there's another support forming. Now, if I can take another entry on this candle closure, and then there's a clean end for price to move up as well. There's some sort of a rejection over here, but if there is volume, if you trust the volume, price can go and hit all TVs. But I didn't do that because I didn't identify that the pre-liner was silent; it was consolidating. So this is what happened. I lost around $46 in this trade. But do you know what happened next, guys? This happened the next. This candle closed and it hit all my TPs, bro. Like, I think I am a retard or something. Markets are moving against me, that they're just waiting for me to just get stopped out, and then we are gonna give a move. Like, just see, man, the next candle it formed and it gave us such a good move. If I could have captured this move, bro, I would be on, like, man, I could have just cleared my phase one, bro. I have made so many mistakes in this account, so many mistakes. There were multiple instances where I could have cleared my phase one, but somehow I cannot. At this point, you guys can see it stopped me out. It stopped me out, and then it created another candle. If I could have just entered impulsively on when the this candle started to break this high, I could have captured this move, man. But I couldn't. Yeah, this is trading. This is trading, and that is the reason why this is the most stressful jobs. It's among the most stressful jobs, and this is why it's so hard for you to r- be in your calm, man. Now I have lost around another 1% today, and now I am at 1.5%. Now I have decided to take a break from trading in December, because December inherently wasn't a bad month, because there were setups, there were good clean moves, but it was a bad month for me because on the previous yesterday there was a really good setup. I took that trade, but I got stopped out. I have uploaded the video on of that trade as well. So there were trades, there were good setups. I analyzed those setups perfectly. I predicted the moves perfectly, but somehow in the execution I made mistakes. These two trades I really don't remember them. I can go and check on my YouTube. And yeah, and on Monday there was a trade which I just didn't execute. I have made a video on that trade as well. That was a really good trade. So December was not inherently a bad month, but it was bad for me. So I have decided to not trade in December. I'm gonna focus on backtesting, and as you guys can see that I was backtesting also. These are my backtesting results. I have made 34% in January, man. What the hell is going on, bro? I am profitable on backtesting over here. Everything is seemingly perfect. I am gonna backtest it more. This is just start of my backtesting. I'm gonna backtest more, but bro, what the hell is going on, bro? Like, everything is perfect. I'm analyzing perfectly. My psychology is good, but somehow, man, I'm stuck at this break even phase, bro. I really need to push past these days, and see, I am pretty sure that if I push past these trades, like, break even is the most this is the most difficult stage of a trader. If you just push past these stages, and then you can become profitable. And I think I'm very close to profitability, but these are some small errors which I'm making. And you know what, today, guys, I was so I like, man, I was like punching the walls today, bro, because everything was good. See, what can I do here? And yeah, one thing more which I've learned today is that, see, bro, I haven't learned. Matlab, it works on in this case that trade as close to the London Open as possible. No, but man, everything. I think this was just. I think it was bad for me because I didn't identify that Asian session was silent and it was just consolidating. I could have taken a trade. You know what? This trade, this wasn't bad. Everything was perfect. I took a loss today, but everything was perfect in this trade. This is gonna be a W day for me. Even though I took a loss, but that was perfect loss. Everything was perfect. Risk management was perfect. Trade management was perfect. The idea of the setup was perfect. But if that was perfect, that's done. But if I would just have identified that that this pre-lender was consolidating, I could have given my trade a second chance on the closure of this candle, but I didn't give that. And to be really honest, in my trading rules, I have a rule that I'm gonna take only one trade a day or maybe two. So yeah, I could have taken the second trade if I had identified that this was consolidating and then there was a much higher probability of volume to come in the London Open. This gave such a clean move, man. Let's see on the M15. Yeah, man, that was such a clean move, and now it's just consolidating. So yeah, man, done for the day. Maybe done for this month as well. I'm not gonna trade in December because I really want to practice, get a lot of confidence. Because at this point, I think maybe my psychology is also bad because since the day which I made profits, yeah, since this day, I have a losing streak and I have lost around six trades. So I think my psychology might be bad as well because I was in this trade I was on the verge of passing the phase one and now I am back at break even. So yeah, man, I think I should just take a break in December. I can just go and I can just back test. I can gain some confidence, come back strong the start of the uh, on the start of 2026. I'm gonna post some backtesting sessions because I want to record them. I practice. I'm backtesting till from 2024 to 2025, and I have taken around 22 trades. I just backtested January, and then I realized that no, I have to record these sessions as well so that I can watch my backtesting sessions and simulation sessions later so that I can learn more from them. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna trade in December because yeah, man, I think my psychology is like, see, December was not inherently a bad month, but it was bad for me because I have made a lot of mistakes in this month. So yeah, man, done for the day, done for the done for the month, done for the year. This year has been really good for me in terms of my trading because I started to actually focus on forex markets from June, from June and from June till December. Like I wasn't expecting that I could not pass a challenge in this whole thing, but yeah, man, that's trading. Nothing is expected over here. But this year has been a GG for me because I have learned a skill which is like one of the hardest skills in the planet, and man, I can literally print a lot of money if I just push past through this break even stage and I can move towards my profitability stage. So yeah, this but this year I'm really proud of myself in this year 2025 that I gave myself a lot of time. I learned this skill in June, started in June because my exams were over. I invested all of my holidays, my exam holidays, um, into this trading shit, and I learned strategies. Grew so much in these 6 months, man. I have grown exponentially. Uh, in the first 2 3 months, I used to trade some other strategy. Then I worked on my psychology. I read psychology books. I read trading in the zone. The last chapter, I'm on the last chapter of that. I have read the whole book almost, and I worked on my psychology. I saw a lot of podcasts. I saw a lot of good people. I explored people who were really making profits in this trading industry, and I learned a lot from them as well. So yeah, man, this was a GG year for me. I made a lot of I didn't make a lot of money from trade. I made zero money from trading from trading this year, but I learned a lot, and I'm sure I in the end of 2026 I might even cross around $100,000 in payouts from prop firms. Yeah, man. Hopes are high. I'm gonna keep working this whole year as well, and eventually I'm gonna make it. Done for the day, done for the month, and done for the year. I'm gonna see you guys in the backtesting sessions. I'm not gonna trade live in this in this month. I might trade a live demo account so that I can gain some market experience, but I'm not gonna trade this funding account because going into the next year, I want to go into a positive frame of mind. I have taken a lot of losses. I just need to reset some things, work on my strategy, work on gain some confidence, and come back stronger. Bye.